And the next matchup, your Bears,
Bears.
Mickey. They're playing at home the first week of the season in good old Soldier Field. And the Bengals, how ironic, you're wearing the jersey. They're coming to town with their stripes a shining. Sorry?
Hushmanzadeh. Right?
Hushmanzadeh.
I know, he played in a number of teams, including the Bengals. Mark Trestman is the new head coach of the Chicago Bears. Good luck. And I tell you, being from Chicago and being recently in Chicago, I can tell you a little bit. The defense, at this point, appears to be better than the offense. I'm talking the Chicago Bears. And that's not a big surprise because that's where we were at the end of last season as well. They had a recent scrimmage where there were, 7 or 8 passes by Jay Cutler that were batted down by the defense. A couple of them were picked off and returned for touchdowns.
That's not good.
No, I know it's not good. Well, see, this is Mark Trestman's challenge. And it's actually, I think it's good for Cutler and the offense that they have a very good defense to practice against. I mean, better than playing against a cream puff defense and they think, oh, well, we've got this whole thing figured out. And then they go out and play a real defense and wait for and they get shellacked. It's better for
ready.
Better for them to get shellacked in their own practice, in their own preseason than out on the field. Bears are favored by 3.5 over the Bengals. I would say that the Bears' defense is proven and it's stable and sturdy. Not a lot of turnover there. They've brought in a number of new players on the offensive line, which was their major weakness. They couldn't protect Cutler. They had good running with Matt Forte, but the offensive line's pass blocking was not so good. On top of that, Cutler often has made bad decisions with the ball, throwing passes when he shouldn't have. Combine those things. He's running for his life because they can't block for him, and he makes bad decisions. Well, that leads to interceptions, and there you go. The Chicago Bears started out 7-1 last season. They finished the second half of the season. They were 3-5. All right, so they really booted a fantastic, beautiful start.
Well, yeah, based on that.
When you're sitting at 7-1, you're definitely thinking playoffs. They missed the playoffs, and to finish 3-5, it was actually 1-5, and then they won their last 2 games of the season.
And then it was bye-bye, Lovey.
Yeah, do your Lovey Smith.
Riches, and all the flowers you can have. It was time for Lovey to leave, and you're not taking your fortune with you. This is Thurston Howell III. I love you, Lovey. Everything that can be made of coconuts, I will get that Gilligan to do it for you. Oh, mon chéri. And that's what ended up happening. It was time for him to go. And when you're in that scenario, and you've had a couple of years where you've been low as far as your record's concerned, the tolerance level in the NFL every year, it seems like, if not every 2-3 years, continues to the patience continues by owners to become a little bit shorter. The rope is a little bit shorter and a little bit shorter. And so I hate to disagree,
What?
but I don't hate to disagree.
Well, I'm taking the Bengals plus 3.5.
I know, Mickey,
Right,
and let me look at you and smile and say, you couldn't be more wrong.
Okay.
The Bengals have put together a team that is definitely poised to be better than they were last year, like we spoke about before. And for Chicago, there's just too many things up in the air there. There's too many players and there's too many key positions that, like you said, the offensive line. For me, the receiver core, Aroma Shadu, and some of these other guys. Brandon Marshall is very capable, and I got to give props because that's only right for me to do.
Bears.
He's proven himself. But it's not a one-man show. Matt Forte is a running back. I'll go a little bit on a limb. He's good. Is he good enough to carry the running back core and produce the kind of yards that he needs to, so that they will have that balance between the run and the pass, so that they can, as Hank Stram would say, triculate the ball down the field. Just keep trickulating it, baby. Len Dawson, come on, Lenny.
Why not?
I don't think there's enough balance there. I don't think there's enough players in past years that have proven themselves that happen to still be on the team, and I don't think naturally, the acquisitions that they've made, whether they have been trades or whether they have been rookie players that are going to get an opportunity to start, have had
anywhere near enough time with one mandatory training camp and 4 preseason games to really gel and become a cohesive unit where they can get the job done. Now the Bengals, on the other hand, they've got Marv Lewis over there going, I think I'm gonna lose my job. I think I'm gonna lose my job. Honey, save up some of that money. Don't keep going shopping. You know, don't keep buying homes over in Italy. You know, because we need to start thinking about, I may not have another head coach job to go to, and that's what you should be thinking about, Marv. Because your buddy, whether he's your buddy or not, what happened to old Nerve? The nerve of him. Norv Turner over in San Diego.
Canned.
You slosh.
Canned.
How did you stay so long in San Diego? You acquired a team that was so winning. It's the same scenario. Marv Lewis, I think you get the point. He's been in Cincinnati long enough to get everything put together, to put all the pieces together. And you've got Mike Brown, who probably goes home every night and he looks at his great-grandfather's picture and he says, Paul, I know you weren't very color coordinated. I know you didn't have very much taste when it came to art. But what do? Do I keep Marv? Or do you want to check the other box and I get rid of Marv? Give him one more season. That's what you got, baby. He's giving you every opportunity. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen this year.
For the Bengals.
For the Bengals.
And therefore, in this game where the line is Bears -3 over the Bengals, you pick
The Bengals.
Okay,
They're gonna cover the spread.
Then we agree.
And oh no, excuse me.
You take the Bears?
I take the Bengals. I take the Bengals. So actually, you said even though you're a Chicago native, and of course that's your team.
I'm a Bears fan.
You see the Bengals. You see the Bengals getting that edge a smidge too much for them too.
I think I said I think the Bengals +3.5. I don't know whether they're going to win this game, but heck, they don't have to. They get 3.5 points. It's hard for me to pick against the Bears, but we've told you why.
All right. We'll get on to our next game in a moment.